do you mind like just using your hands as kind of representation? You can put them in your lap. I don't need to see them, but
Okay.
Maybe on this one hand, we can stack some of those feelings that you had. You listed pain, hurt, disappointment on that side. Maybe we'll like just spend a smidgen of time like on that. And I know some of those things, relationships aren't just like linear, right? There's peaks and valleys to acceptance, all these things, right? So if you wanted to like, yeah, maybe take a moment and just kind of stack a couple more emotions if you're comfortable taking a moment right now. And I don't know, yeah, would you be able to list maybe a couple more emotions and maybe just taking a deep breath and thinking about some of that space?
Betrayal was the first one that came up.
Sure.
Sadness.
Okay.
Anger. Worthlessness. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Um, there's a lot of feelings there. Um, and I'm not sure how we would describe it, but kind of this other space that you started to kind of describe um, in the story of like your friend saying like that it might not hold just as much weight. Like there might not be a malicious aspect to it. There might
Yeah.
just be a distance that is or whatever. And so kind of characterizing that new space, because you've already mentioned it, like the pain, the hurt was a little hard to handle, hard to carry.
Mhm.
Um, and so maybe this other space, which I don't have any emotions written down, you just kind of started to like a
Yeah.
little vaguely kind of describe that. I'm curious if we could like spend just a little time, and if you're comfortable, we'll kind of describe that a little more. Could we?
Find some feeling words.
Find some feelings. Yeah, exactly.
Um, um, there's a kind of indifference. Um, Peace isn't an emotion, is it?
It is today. I'm writing it down.
Um, Relief. Um, um, Lightness, of a kind.
Yeah.
Um, um, yeah, a kind of acceptance in the context of, again, not approval, but acknowledgement.
Okay.
Um,
Acknowledging accept. Okay.
um, I mean, there's a little bit of a sense of momentum of, I know that's not a feeling, but I guess a kind of anticipation of like, okay, if I finally put this down, what becomes possible?
Hmm.
Um, that's all I can come up with for now.
I mean, you listed like 8 things. So that was, so
Okay.
yeah, indifference, feeling peaceful, relief, lightness of a kind, um, acceptance or at least acknowledgement, um, momentum, anticipation as well.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling some sort of anticipatory kind of piece.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, thank you for doing that. I'm wondering on I wonder if we could name that,
Mm.
those emotions, that space,
That collection.
that collection, yeah. And you're a creative person, so name it what you will.
Um, 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 there's a word and I think it's Pali, um,
Okay.
that we heard a lot during the meditation retreat that I did. Basically, it's the idea that everything is constantly changing.
Okay.
Um, like everything is impermanent. It's the word is anicca. Um, that's the word that comes to mind.
Anicca. Everything is constantly changing.
Mhm. Nothing is
Okay.
permanent.
Nothing permanent.
And it's also the thing that I know I repeated to myself over and over again when my back was hurting, and I was like, I don't think I can keep sitting like this. And I was like, Anicca, Anicca.
So it's a bit of like I don't know, I don't want to say like cry, but like it's like a little bit of like battle call, a
Yeah.
little. Okay,
We will
yeah.
get through this. It's not going to be like this forever.
Excelsior, whatever. Yeah, something to that effect. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. How, sit with that for a second. How does that feel saying that? Speaking that word maybe in this context.
That's the inside voice.
Yeah. Can we keep going with that?
Yeah,
Um,
go ahead.
I'm gonna be David.
Okay.
And I don't know David. So this is an exercise for us, not for applying to David. This
Yeah,
is
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know what he'll say. But oh, okay. Like yeah, you do a lot for mom and dad, but I just haven't been able to, right? And I'm just not here. I agree. Um, that you do a lot. I agree.
Okay, so thank you for acknowledging that, but we need a plan going forward. We can't just leave them to fend for themselves. I think we both feel enough of a sense of indebtedness and just love for them to just be completely selfish.
So you think I'm being completely selfish?
Yeah, kind of. Sometimes.
Gotcha. Okay. Yikes. I mean, like, I don't know what you want exactly. I'm married. I have Kirsty. I come when I can. Like, what do you want?
It just seems like Kirsty's your one and only priority, and you do. I know that you care about our parents, but only when it's like important, like when it's a birthday or when it's a celebration of some kind. And what I would like from you is to be more involved in these conversations. Like this is something that my parents and I talk about frequently, and the only reason you're part of this conversation now is because Dad brought it up while you were here, and it was an accidental fluke that Kirsty didn't come today. Like you're not, as much as you might be thinking about them and what are they going to do, you're not showing that you're um interested in getting involved. It feels like you're washing your hands of them. And I know I shouldn't say feels like because that'll get someone upset, but
Yeah, yeah. But like I'm watching, I I mean, I don't know, do you feel I feel like asking mom and dad right now, like is that what they feel too, that I'm washing their hands of them?
well, no, because you're their prince.
So they would never say that to me, is what you're saying.
No.
So you're the only one speaking honesty right now.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. But they might feel that.
Yep. I think so.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
they might not put it in the same way, but in the same words, but they certainly feel they can rely on me more than you. That's for damn sure.
okay. So this is you speaking truth to power to me.
Yeah.
Hmm. Well, I mean, I don't even know if it's about mom and dad. I think it's more about something else that we haven't been able to get to, but um yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna help. Like what would you want? If I was here even every other day, would that be enough? For even 5, 10, 20 minutes?
It's not about you coming over more. It's about you being willing to have conversations that don't revolve around the weather and health and food. Like, and when we talk about health, it's like not like my mom's mobility issues. It's about, you getting over a cold. Like, I need you to be able to have real conversations again. I need you to not filter everything through the Kirsty filter. Feels
How
like
can I
whatever could be important to you needs to pass the Kirsty test first.
so you don't think I'm even being authentic with my own needs?
No, not really.
Hmm.
No, I think you have been suppressing the real you since probably since the moment you met her. There were so many no's along the way that you caved on. And I don't even think you know who you are anymore.
Like I'm lost, like I need someone to save me.
Well, maybe not save you, but smack you back to reality.
It's been 7 years, 6, 7 years. Like this is my reality. This is where I'm at.
Whatever. Like, I know that's not constructive.
Yeah, all good.
Um, yeah, and that's like if that's your reality, then that's pretty sad because I remember you being having higher self-esteem, like just the way you dressed, the way you took care of yourself. You seemed to care more, put more effort into your appearance, but not in a vain way. It just seemed like you were, I don't know, like, I don't know.
Like there was something like I've changed and
It seems like you've just given up on yourself. Like
mm,
you took on this burden because you felt pressured into it. You felt too guilty to leave it. And now, out of obligation and a sense of loyalty, and because you are maybe to a fault a man of your word, you're just gonna keep pushing everything down because you made this promise to this woman that has been very disruptive to your family, and that seems to be something you don't care about or don't examine. It just sweep it under the rug. Just
yeah. What so you made yourself very clear about Kirsty, and I don't think you're like I don't know. Is there anything that like that you would have that you even slightly like about Kirsty that you can tolerate about Kirsty? Is it just Kirsty or is it the fact that I'm out there that I left home?
I don't like the way she has treated you, and maybe things are different now, but I can't really forgive her for the kind of emotional blackmail that she engaged in with you. I I really dislike the ways that she's talked to our mother. I really dislike that any partner of yours would be okay with you giving up your relationship with your sister. That someone would feel so threatened by your own sister that they would have you terminate that relationship and they would let you do that. That's not love to me. So yeah, I have an issue with her. And I also have an issue with you favoring her because, like, yeah, she's been in your life 7 years, but I've been in your life 30, almost 36 years. So,
Yeah, we're gonna scene there. How did that feel saying that? Yeah, I have a problem with Kirsty. I have a problem with the way she spoke to mom. I have a
yeah,
problem with the fact that she pushed me out of your life too. How
yeah,
did that land for you?
it's emotional.
Yeah.
Um,